Hi, I'm Susan. Welcome to my home and studio at Windy Acre Cottage. It's a 100-year-old craftsman cottage where I love to paint and garden and entertain and care for all my wonderful fur babies, both those that are adopted and all the little fosters. It's also my home base for many fun adventures of the art, history, and gardening kind. Welcome back. This is Susan, and today I'm painting a watercolor for my Postcards from the Dimple of the Universe subscription service, and I chose the beautiful and historic Nelson House Hotel in downtown Columbia on North Main Street. It was built in 1828 and is notorious for the Forrest Gould affair, which was a fight that took place between General Nathan Bedford Forrest in 1863 and Lieutenant Andrew Gould. Forrest, being wounded, was brought to this house called the Galloway House, now owned by King's Daughters. And this was kind of out in the country at the time, but it's in downtown Columbia as we speak now. It's on 9th Street. And it's the former home of Phil Everly of the Everly Brothers fame. He lived here up until his death in 2014. So we're going to paint the Nelson House Hotel in watercolor. And there's quite a lot going on if you look at your reference photo. So we're going to have to simplify the composition into 3 or 4 basic shapes. Now, don't be overwhelmed. We're going to look at our photo and try to naturally come up with 3 or 4 shapes that picture falls into. If you're painting from life, you're going to want to sketch some thumbnails of the scene and then use your pen to darken or lighten or somehow define what those 4 basic shapes are going to be. And you want to do several of those so that you can decide which composition looks the best. And then we go into our linear perspective. When you look at a landscape, if there are any parallel lines that are going away from you, they're all going to appear to be pointing in the same direction. I'll attach all of these documents so that you can look at them in more detail later, or even print them and look at them while we're discussing them. So now I have my regular watercolor setup with water, brushes, paint. I've got a black pen and a white pen just in case I need it. I did have masking fluid, which I used and regretted. I'm not going to use masking fluid anymore. Apparently it's cursed and I don't know how to use it correctly, but I've not had any luck with it, and just don't plan to ever use it again. As always with the landscape, I typically start as far back as possible and come forward, so that would be with our sky. And I'm using a cobalt or cerulean blue in the sky right now, making it darker at the top, and just putting some clean water on the pigment that's already on the page to move that color down so that it becomes lighter as we move toward the horizon. The sky is always darker at the top or the zenith, and it's always lighter as it comes down to the horizon. Now, this is a pretty warm blue, so once I get this in, I will move to an ultramarine, which is a much cooler blue, and put that along the top, and then do the same thing, kind of moving it down toward the horizon, taking the temperature of the sky from a cool, darker blue to a lighter, warmer blue.